Nick, thanks so much. Early voting begins in less than 6 weeks for the Texas primary election. One race to watch is between the Democrats running for the U.S. Senate seat. Voters weighing in on their options can tune in January 24th at 2 p.m. to see a 1-hour debate between Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett and State Representative James Talarico. KXAN and our parent company Nexstar will live stream this exclusively on that day. Now, the host for that upcoming debate is the Texas AFL-CIO, and joining us this afternoon is the union's president, Leonard Aguilar. Leonard, welcome and thanks so much for joining us.
We appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity.
I want to start by saying congratulations on this new position because you just took office back in December, right?
Back December 2nd is when we officially took office, so yeah, thank you.
Okay, so this is a pretty exciting development for you all. The debate will happen in your organization's COPE convention. Explain the significance of that happening at that point.
The COPE convention is our Committee on Political Education, and so that is, as we go through that process with our different central labor councils across the state of Texas, they all bring their recommendations to, this year we'll be in Georgetown on the 24th, like you said, and 25th. But as we go through the process, when we exit that convention, we will have a slate of candidates that we will be supporting up and down the ballot that are going to be supported by the union members of the state of Texas.
Okay, so an endorsement will be a coveted thing for some of these candidates. And with this debate playing out, what do you think your members are hoping to hear from them ahead of that vote?
What they're hoping to hear is just a plan. You know, how are we going to address the issues and the problems that we're having right now? You know, affordability being one of the biggest things that is affecting everybody. Doesn't matter what part of the state you live in, it is something that's affecting everybody. And so hearing a plan, hearing a way that we can get through this, hearing something that's going to be positive, that's going to be in support of the working people of the state of Texas, and also how we can address the other issues that are out there as well.
I imagine you're hearing those concerns a lot from your members all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And how relevant is it for someone, a candidate, to get that endorsement from the Texas AFL-CIO?
It is an important endorsement because these are the true working people of the state of Texas. The workers of the state of Texas, the union members of the state of Texas are coming together, and they are going to be the deciding factor on how this election is going to turn out. So it's really important to make sure that the candidates, we hear their message, we hear what they're trying to get across, that our members and the people that are going to attend the debate, that have the opportunity to attend the debate, can hear from the candidates themselves about how, again, they are going to address the problems, the issues that are there, the affordability, and all the other issues that are out there. This is a great opportunity where they can talk to the working people of the state of Texas.
Yeah, directly to them.
Yes.
Just before we came on air, we were talking about how both Jasmine Crockett and James Talarico have picked up endorsements from the AFL-CIO in their previous election. So how much more difficult does that then make it for the union members to now have to pick in this particular race?
Well, that's why it's so important for the candidates to do the work and put in the work and going through the process itself. And so Texas is, I mean, we all know Texas is a big state, you know, 254 counties, 2 different time zones, and we can go on and on about how diverse the state is. But making sure that they are addressing and talking to each of our affiliates, again, our central labor councils that are based throughout the state of Texas, since this is a office that's going to cover the state of Texas, they have to make sure that they put in the work, talk to those members in the different parts of the state, talk to those different union members that work in the different industries, from, you know, the letter carriers to the folks that are the teachers that are out there, to the construction workers that are out there. Union members work in this state day in and day out to help make sure to keep the lights on and to make sure to keep everything running. And it's important to hear from these candidates that they're going to be there to support the working people, again, the working people of the state of Texas.
Well, Leonard Aguilar, we appreciate you yet again coming in. He's the president of the Texas AFL-CIO, and we want to just show you all yet again when this debate's going to happen. You can hear from James Talarico and Jasmine Crockett at 2 p.m. on January 24th. Tune in, find out more information on KXAN.com.